Hello everybody and welcome back to the world's greatest training tournament. Today's matchups will be Sabrina versus Gold and Professor Oak versus Misty. Who out of these teams will reign supreme? Let me know in the comments down below. With that said, let's get this started. Who will I be controlling between Sabrina or Gold? And I'm going to be controlling Gold in this matchup against Sabrina. Both trainers have got one win under their belt. Gold barely overcame Karen with some luck on his side. Can he overcome Sabrina, the master of Psychic-type Pokemon? I'll go sort out the teams now. I'll be right back. Okay, the teams are locked in. Can Gold overcome Sabrina? Or will Gold lose here? First of all, who will Gold lead with? That is a question.
This free battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
Gold leads with Politoed. Who will Sabrina lead with in retaliation to this frog Pokemon? It's gonna be Slowking, which is an unfortunate matchup for Gold here. What can Gold do? He's gonna have to switch. As there is no way he can stay in on this threat of a Pokemon.
Oh, an abrupt Pokemon switch. Oh, it's
And he
Togetic.
goes into his Togetic. What shenanigans has Gold got planned
What's the opening
for
hit?
this Slowking right here?
It's a hit.
That's a solid sidekick that's hit the Togetic there.
With some
But
leftovers.
leftovers is going to help it out a little bit.
How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle? This
Soaking is
Pokemon
going to be
switching
called
out.
back. And Sabrina sends out the Jinx. When they have the tight matchup here. As Toxic goes off and manages to connect.
Steadily weaken the
Putting
victor.
Jinx on a timer.
Used a Miracle
But
Berry.
unfortunately Jinx holds the Miracle Berry. Meaning Gold gains no ground here.
Will this
And only
Pokemon
loses.
have on the battle? The commands are made. The trainer switching Pokemon.
Gold switches.
The Pokemon
And out
emerges
comes the Politoed. As an Ice Beam is unleashed in his direction. Politoed eats it, no problem.
How will this new
Now what will Jinx do in retaliation against this frog Pokemon? Earthquake is unleashed from the Politoed. Will it be enough to hurt Jinx on its more frailer physical side? Not much. Out comes the Psychic. And that is going to do a great chunk to the Politoed here.
A hot battle is unfolding.
Out comes another Psychic.
How's that? Hit that one.
Politoed is nailed. Fortunately bringing it to low HP as Waterfall goes off. Is it going to do any better than Earthquake? Not really. This is unfortunate for Gold. As Politoed will go down here to Jinx's Psychic.
Psychic blast. That's a hit. Down it goes. That paid
Psychic
off.
type improving to be formidable. As Gold contemplates who to send out next.
Okay.
And out comes his Typhlosion. A great matchup for dealing with a threat like Jinx.
The white hot battle continues.
Gold goes for Flamethrower and Jinx chooses to stay in. It's not going to appreciate this as Jinx goes down.
Knockout.
How will Sabrina respond to Gold's Typhlosion?
Pokemon will appear next. This Pokemon
Once again, Sabrina goes into Slowking knowing she has a tight matchup here. And Gold is going to be in a tough spot
Pokemon type.
as Gold switches Pokemon.
Here comes a Pokemon switch.
Goes into his Subflora. Will Subflora be able to threaten the Slowking enough? Oh well, Soaking reign victorious over the Sunflora here.
That didn't accomplish much. What in fact
Sunflora
did the
smiles,
Pokemon switch have
pleased
on
to
the
be
back?
receiving some nice free watering as it goes for the Giga Drain. But
The trainer switching
Sabrina
Pokemon.
is going to switch into, yet again, another answer to Gold's Pokemon, and brings out the Zatu. Giga Drain won't do much against this Pokemon, and unfortunately, it is eaten pretty well.
How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
With that, Gold switches.
Pokemon is switching out.
And brings out his Raichu to answer the threat of the flying type psychic Pokemon. Drill Peck goes off. Will Raichu be able to eat it relatively well? It does. Unfortunately, that is bad news for Sabrina, as a Thunderbolt will most likely be unleashed from the Raichu, and she chooses to stay in, allowing it to take the hit. Unfortunately though, the Zatu survives and goes for a Psychic. Raichu is not going to appreciate that. Raichu is around half health, but Raichu will be able to pick up a KO here. And it takes out the Zatu, removing Sabrina's answer to the Sunflora.
That KO will bring out a new Pokemon. Oh, it's Executor.
This comes out as Executor, which is a nasty Pokemon for him to try and deal with. What will he answer with of his own? Gold is going to switch.
The Pokemon switch. This Pokemon
And out
is
comes
destroying
the Typhlosion. Can Executor overcome this threat of a Pokemon? Goes for a Psychic. It does good damage to the Typhlosion, getting some much needed damage on this threat.
Pokemon switch have on the battle.
And now she switches. Most likely going into the Slowking as an answer to the Typhlosion once again.
The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball.
Slowking is still at full health. Gold has yet to damage it, but this Flamethrower should do a decent chunk, but it doesn't really do anything, unfortunately, for him.
Switch affect the flow
As he
of
is
battle.
forced to switch once again to answer this threat of a Pokemon.
This Pokemon is switching out. The Pokeball opens
Out comes
to reveal
Sunflora.
its Pokemon.
Once again to deal with the Slowking. A Slowking once again goes for a Surf, watering the plant Pokemon, which is just going to smile the whole time.
How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
Sabrina chooses to stay in and Quick Claw activates, allowing Slowking to go first. It's going to unleash a Flamethrower, doing a lot of damage to the Sunflora here. What will Sunflora do? It goes for the Giga Drain. Will it be enough to put it in range where it can survive another Flamethrower? But a lot of things, it looks like Sunflora may go down here unless it can get off another Giga Drain. But again, the Quick Claw procs, allowing Slowking to go first. And down goes Sunflora, removing
And down it goes.
a answer to this terrifying, slow, but offensive Pokemon.
What Pokemon will appear next? This Pokemon
Out comes
is
Raichu,
destroying
looking
the
to do
battle.
some damage here. Will Sabrina choose to stay in and risk a powerful move to hit the Slowking? She does. Can Slowking live with Thunderbolt at the range of HP it's at? Or will it go down? Unfortunately, Slowking will bite the bucket here. And there is not much that she can do about it.
We're eagerly awaiting the appearance of the
So
next
far, God is
Pokemon.
leading 4-3, but most of Sabrina's Pokemon are healthy, and she comes back out with the Executor once again. That is quite a problem.
Squaring off in
How will
battle.
Gold respond? He switches out yet again, most likely going into the Typhlosion to answer the Executor.
Pokemon emerges from its
Now the
Pokeball.
Slowking has been removed from the field. How will Sabrina manage this threat?
That was good.
Typhlosion barely hangs on.
Special
It gets a special defensive drop, but it's not really going to matter. It's pretty much a breeze could blow this Pokemon over from here. Out comes the flamethrower into the Exeggutor. Exeggutor's not going to appreciate it, but Exeggutor holds on and responds with a Psychic, bringing it down. What will Gold do now he has no answer to this Exeggutor? He goes into Sudowoodo, hoping it can pick up a KO here against this threat of an Exeggutor. But Exeggutor is faster than the Sudowoodo, and this is really going to hurt. Perhaps Gold made a mistake as he loses most of his HP. And Exeggutor recovers quite a decent amount. Out goes the Fire Punch. Will it be enough? No, it does no damage to the Exeggutor here. Unfortunately for him, that means Exeggutor gets to recuperate more HP, putting Gold on the back burner, unfortunately, here. Exeggutor is looking pretty healthy now. What will Gold do to respond to this Pokemon? He only has 2 Pokemon left versus Sabrina's 3. And Sabrina hasn't even sent out her ace yet. Out comes the Togetic once again, getting some leftovers recovery. But Exeggutor is faster, and it goes for a Psychic Blast. That does a lot to Togetic. Togetic can barely hold on as Togetic unleashes a Toxic. And might just connect with the Exeggutor. But the leftovers recovery allow Togetic to survive longer. Exeggutor goes for another Psychic. And unfortunately Togetic is not going to take that too well, but it manages to hold on. As it goes for less swagger, hoping that the confusion and the poison will be enough to allow it to survive another round. As Gold tells it's Togetic to go for a rest, but Exeggutor's going to break through the confusion and take it down, recovering yet some more HP. It's unfortunately looking very bad for Gold as he has nothing left but Raichu. And Raichu is throwing down 3 threatening Pokemon which are still yet to be revealed, 2 of them at least. Raichu goes for the hidden power, but is it the right type? It is, and Exeggutor manages to hold on with a sliver of health and goes for a Psychic Blast. And Raichu inevitably goes down. Sabrina winning this battle with a 3-0 victory, claiming she is truly a master of Psychic type Pokemon. She claims her 2nd victory in this tournament, and Gold receives his first loss. It was a valiant effort, but unfortunately Gold will lose here. And Sabrina gets to go on to the next round of competition without having to stay in for another extra match. Next matchup will be Professor Oak versus Misty. Let me know in the comments down below who you think will win out of these 2 formidable trainers. Both have a win under their belt, but who will reign victorious here and get their 2nd win, guaranteeing their advance to the next round of the tournament? Let's find out who I'll be controlling in this next matchup. And it looks like I'll be controlling Misty. With that said, don't forget to let me know who you think will win this tournament in the comments down below. Who will win out of these 2 formidable trainers. I'll go select the teams and I'll be right back. Okay, the teams are locked in. Who will win, Misty or Professor Oak? Who will Misty lead off with here? And who will Professor Oak lead off with? That is the question. Misty leads off with the Kingdra. Professor Oak leads off with Exeggutor. Smart choice given that she has many water type Pokemon, but Kingdra Due to its typing, does not have to worry about super effective hits from grass type moves, and it will go for an Ice Beam. Blasting into the Exeggutor here, dealing some major damage as Exeggutor unleashes a Psychic Blast back. It does a solid chunk of damage. Misty goes for Ice Beam once again onto the Exeggutor, as Exeggutor gets a Quick Claw proc, allowing it to go first. And it unleashes another Psychic Blast and gets a critical hit, bringing down the Kingdra. Playing Misty in a pretty bad position here.
What Pokemon will appear next? They're ready to go.
Misty then goes into Gyarados, hoping that due to its flying typing it won't have to worry about super effective grass moves, as she lays a smackdown onto the Exeggutor, which took down her Kingdra. An Ice Beam will be unleashed from the Gyarados, which is going to do a solid shot to the Exeggutor, bringing it down to low health, but not enough to take it out, as Exeggutor goes for another Psychic Blast. So far, Misty is on the back burner.
The white-hot battle continues.
Can Gyarados pull off the victory here? With another Ice Beam, will it be enough to take down Exeggutor? It is, and Exeggutor goes down. How will Professor Oak respond now that he has lost his answers to the water types? He brings out Nidoking. That is quite a problem for the Gyarados here. And out comes the Thunderbolt, which they are definitely not going to appreciate, as it is 4 times super effective and brings down the Gyarados. Unfortunate.
So, what will be the next Pokemon? The next Pokemon is ready. Oh, it's Quagsire!
Misty responds with a Quagsire, knowing that the water and ground typing will give it the edge in this battle against the Nidoking. But will it be enough? Nidoking is going to switch here.
Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball.
As Professor Oak goes into Gyarados of his own. Not wanting to take a hit from this Quagsire.
What's this? That caused no damage at all. How will this
Unfortunately, Earthquake not be able to hit the water and flying type Pokemon. What will they do? There's going to be another switch from Gyarados. Professor Oak is indecisive here, as they go into Venusaur. Out comes in the Power Rock from the Quagmire, and it manages to critically hit the Venusaur, but it doesn't do much. How will Misty answer against this threat of a Pokemon? That is the question here. Misty brings back Quagsire, knowing it is in a bad position, as she brings out her Starmie. Venusaur unleashes a fierce Giga Drain that's really going to hurt, as it critically hits the Starmie and takes it down in one hit. Professor Oak proving he is no slouch in his old age, as Starmie goes down.
There's a big difference in the number of Pokemon remaining on each side. Oh, it's Lantern!
There comes out Lantern. A water and electric type. Will it be enough to be able to bring down this Venusaur? That is the question here. However, Professor Oak is going to switch once again. As he goes into Nidoking, knowing it has a tight matchup advantage here. That Confuse Ray will hit the Nidoking, but it has the Miracle Berry, allowing it to avoid the condition. Misty brings back the Lantern and sends out her Golduck to answer the threat of the Nidoking. Earthquake is unleashed from the Nidoking, which does a solid shot to the Golduck, but Golduck holds on. Golduck goes for the Ice Beam, as Misty predicts a switch into the Venusaur, but it is not so. And it does a solid chunk to the Nido King here as it goes for a Thunderbolt. Can the Golduck hold on? It does, just barely.
The commands are made.
Unfortunately, Misty switches out now, not allowing the Golduck to get further damage on the Nido King as she switches into Gyarados to answer this threat.
What'll it do?
Golduck uses Surf, but it's not going to do much to the giant water snake. And Gyarados is impressively dominant on the battlefield. Out comes a tri-attack from the Golduck, hoping to get some kind of status effects, but it does not. Just doing some damage to the Gyarados as it unleashes a return.
Right, that's a hit. Oh, it collapsed.
This is in a predicament down to 2 Pokemon versus Professor Oak's 5. Can she somehow make a comeback here? Or will she lose this battle? Out comes the Lantern. Will she stay in? She does not. She switches out. Goes back into Nido King. Hoping that Nido King will be her salvation here in this battle. As Confuse Ray unleashes and affects the Nido King here.
What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle? The Pokemon is returning to its
Misty
Pokeball.
makes a switch knowing that she needs Lumos to stick around as it could be vital to helping her achieve victory here today. As Nido King is confused and hits itself in confusion, allowing the Quagsire a free switch. Unlucky for Professor Oak.
Pokemon switch affects the flow of battle.
However, Nido King is faster and manages to unleash an Earthquake, dealing damage to Quagsire here. But Quagsire eats it without too much difficulty and goes for the Earthquake.
Non-earthquake. That's
Which Nido King is definitely not going to appreciate.
there it is. Knockout. There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side.
Out comes Venusaur once again, and it is back to full health, folks. It is barely injured, and she has no choice but to switch out here, or she will lose her Quagsire.
Trainers switching Pokemon. The Pokeball opens to reveal
Out comes the
a Pokemon.
Lantern. A bulky Pokemon in its own right. How well will it eat this Giga Drain?
It's super effective.
Not very well at all, unfortunately for Misty.
How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
Misty goes for Confuse Ray, hoping that some luck will be on her side to help her deal with this annoying threat of a Venusaur. But Venusaur breaks free and goes for another Giga Drain yet again. Really hurting Misty and putting her in a really bad position as she has no way of breaking through this wall of a Venusaur right now
They're flying from both
due to
competitors.
the typing and the moves that she currently has available. And Venusaur breaks through once again for a third Giga Drain, bringing down the Lantern.
Oh!
Brute Root standing firm. The one Pokemon that wasn't claimed by Blue or Red and is now in Professor Oak's arsenal, proving that it is a formidable threat indeed.
Pokemon appears with a
Misty
crop.
switches to Quagsire, knowing that she has no way of winning this battle. She throws in the towel as Professor Oak wins 4-1. Professor Oak receiving his second victory and giving Misty her first loss. An unfortunate turn of events, but that's sometimes what happens in Pokemon battles. With that said, tune in next time where we'll have Blaine versus Blue and Bugsy versus Giovanni. Let me know in the comments down below who you think will win the next rounds in round 2. With that said, thank you very much guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.
Yeah, they call me the Blood Boss, the Mad Boss, the Savage with the Gyarados. As I will make you blast off harder than your last loss. Teach you a lesson like you won't want your lapdog. you're mad, huh? Want me to slow it down or would you prefer it fast?